The 2010 Aussie Millions high-stakes cash game is well underway. Action is on our Hungarian billionaire Sandor Demjan, who gets out of the way, as does Masa Kagawa from Japan. Dan Shak, the winner of our 100k challenge.
Well, he's got pocket ducks, and he makes it 2100 to go.
And look at this, Tom Dwan has pocket kings. And, well, that's extraordinary. He calls there, and that's the kind of player he is. He does take big risks.
Very sneaky, but that can blow up in your face, so be careful trying that in your home game. Standard move there would be to raise and isolate Shak. Chris Ferguson.
Well, he's got pocket threes in the big blind, and he calls.
Yeah,
so 3 to the flop.
I'll be hoping to catch a lucky flop.
And the flop is King, Queen, 3. So set on set. Chris Ferguson with a set of 3s. Checks his set of 3s. But Tom Dwan sitting in a beautiful position with the nuts, a set of kings. And look at this. Dan Shak with the worst hand is reaching for chips.
Yeah, that's a little probing bet. He's going to find out where he is pretty fast.
He certainly will.
Now, how does play this? This is just a call here.
And he makes the call.
Well, nothing too hinky there.
And Ferguson sitting there with a set, must think he's good.
He's been waiting for this one. Remember, he checked it. He's seen a bet and a call. There's a king and a queen out there. He won't want any draws to catch up, so he should bump it up here.
That's exactly what he does. 25,000. A no-nonsense raise here. Virtually declaring the strength of his hand, really.
Shak's interest in this particular hand will be now over. He has got to know that his 2s are no good.
And back over to Tom Dwan now, who is holding the nuts, and he's got Chris Ferguson betting into him.
Trying to make it look as though this is a massive decision. The bad news for Chris Ferguson is that Andrew Feldman has already folded the case 3, so there is no way on God's green creation he is going to win this one.
And look at Dwan staring Chris Ferguson down, trying to figure out what he's got so he can extract as many chips as possible. That is the aim. He just makes the call, deciding that he's going to continue this trap. The turn of 4 of hearts does not change the situation. Chris Ferguson with a monster hand, but Dwan with the nuts. Will Ferguson pick up a read on Dwan, or will he fire again?
Well, it's so hard for even a great player to get away from this. Set over set is the professional's nightmare. And it looks as though Ferguson is going to be digging his own grave. Looking at chips and now reaching for them.
Ferguson is going to fire again. He bets 55,000.
And that is sweet music to Tom Dwan, because he now knows that Chris Ferguson has committed himself to the rest of this pot. He can go all in. He doesn't have to be too subtle or pussyfoot around here. Remember, if he moves all in and if Chris Ferguson calls, there will be nearly $250,000 real cash in the middle of this table, and he goes all in.
There is the announcement. Tom Dwan has sprung the trap. Can't imagine Chris Ferguson folding here. He puts the rest of his chips in the middle, shows his hand, and total disgust for Chris Ferguson seeing the hand.
Yep, 2 monster hands, 1 monster pot. Chris Ferguson, he's got a photographic memory, but he is going to want to forget this one. It's going to be haunting him. $250,000 gone. This river card means nothing. Tom Dwan cannot lose. All he can do is enjoy the hurt he's just put on Jesus.
Well, the river is an ace of diamonds. Chris Ferguson loses approximately $120,000. in the biggest pot of this cash game so far.
But you know, he really hasn't done anything wrong. He's just had a couple bad situations. Flopping top pair with a king 10 suited. Here flopping just a monster hand. And he still has 160,000 in chips, so he's not dead. The blinds are still only 1 in 2,000.
Raises to 6,000.
Fraser with the 3 times the big blind, quickly called, and JC as well. Pocket pairs galore.
I expect JC also to come along and see a flop with the 4s.
Call.
Tony G, he played tight for 4 hands, and now he just can't.
Well, this
help
is an
himself.
automatic. I don't think he can fold with a raise call and a call. 3-4 hearts is a very good hand to have when you're playing deep stack poker, multi-ways.
On the button.
Sure, absolutely. He's in position. Folding would actually be a mistake. Lock with king jack of clubs, Safina with king 10, so we've got a family pot here.
Yeah, 6 for the party.
Oh boy, oh, this is it. Oh, say goodnight, JC Tran. You are out of here. A set of 4s for JC Tran, but Benjamin is about to bust him with a set of 9s.
And there is no getting away from set over set.
Impossible. With JC Tran's he's got 154,000 in chips. There's no possible way he's getting out of this.
This is going to completely alter the league standings.
And amazing, Benjamin in a 6-handed pot has decided to check. So JC Tran has to be thinking, okay, how am I going to milk these guys here with my set?
21,000.
He's betting 21,000, and Benjamin is licking his lips, saying, "Sweet."
History says don't play him for JC
Tran.
Now, I guess it doesn't really matter, but overall, given Tran's range here, you know, does it look fishy for Benjamin to be check raising right now?
It does in such a multi-way pot. It looks fishy. I think the right place to just call, which is exactly what he's doing. Now Benjamin is representing sort of a weaker hand. Maybe he's got a 7. Maybe he's got some sort of 10-jack type of hand. David wants a deuce on the turn, something completely insignificant.
I'll tell you the real problem for JC Tran. Tony G had the other 4.
He's drawing completely dead, that's right. See, that's kind of a scary card for JC Tran, but with the situation as it is, with 78,000 in the pot, he's not going to dog it. He's got to bet it. The question is when he gets check raised, because Benjamin has to do that, I think now, is he going to make the call? I think he's going to have to.
Right, even if the straight got there, which it did. I mean,
because Benjamin could easily have 8-10 here.
Right.
And I think that's what you'd put him on if you get check raised, but you're not going to fold a set here after putting in 42,000, leaving yourself just about 90 left. David is trying to sell it as best he can. JC Tran thinking, come on, let's go. I've got you. No, you don't. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Let's see what kind of cooler this is.
Let's see what kind of cooler it is. You're not going to like this cooler.
All in.
Cooler.
He started with the points he's going to end with. He's getting 0 here. Yeah, goose egg.
Unless I can pull a Phil Lock on this one.
No, you can't.
Well, he's done some good work in the first 2 heats, but 17 points through 3 is going to leave him with some work to be done. He may be guaranteed a top 8 spot and be able to shoot for the top 4 in the last match.
It's going to be close with 3 heats down. Set over set in a multi-way pot. Tough way to go out.
This is the bad beat.
Chip lead over a very resilient Scotty Nguyen.
That's an understatement. Scotty has already avoided elimination 4 times. While he's doubled up each time, Ivey has actually picked up small pots in between. So Scotty still with 16,000 in chips, Ivey with 64. 4-1 chip lead.
Blinds now 6 and 1,200. Ivey with pocket jacks raises to 3,600. Nguyen with pocket kings.
Oh, come on.
Just a call.
Little slow play, not being hasty here. This is going to be troublesome for Phil Ivey.
Are you kidding me? Set over set?
Wow.
Scotty's kings and Ivey's jacks.
This is dirty. Scotty's checking here. And Ivey thinks he's got him crushed, Craig, but guess what?
Phil bets 4,000.
Oh, look at Scotty selling the contemplation here.
I raise.
Scotty raises to 10,000.
All in.
And now all the chips are in the middle.
It was going to happen sooner or later with these 2 hands. Look at Ivey.
Oh my God.
Set over set. 3 kings for Scotty win.
Both players can't believe it.
Phil Ivey. Not too often you'll see one card in the outs graphic. It's an ace. 3 kings.
Ivey needs the lone jack.
Good luck with that.
Here's the river.
Trey on the river. Scotty doubles through Ivey for the 5th time.
And yet he still doesn't have the chip lead.
84.
Scotty was down to just 2,400 at one point in this match.
Phil Ivey looking somewhat perplexed as the...
No comment?
If I say someone at the table, it gives them extra confidence. That's bad for me.
Doesn't work that way. Believe me, everyone at the table would take it as an insult if you complimented them.
That was good. That's really funny, Scott.
It's pretty funny. Actually, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's why I thought Phil Hellmuth's best response was no response right there.
Phil Lock at this table.
We do need Phil Lock.
Why didn't we have him at this
come down here.
This is when things get interesting.
Phil could just sit on the sofa, you know, chow.
Daniel?
Limp with an announcement.
Limp to get Daniel, he says.
Limp to get Daniel.
Limp Daniel.
Oh.
See if anyone ever gets a hand here.
Stay out of here, wait. 10-9 at close.
Marvin.
Here comes Marvin.
Marvin raises, and I don't blame him.
And the question is, what does Hellmuth do?
I think raise for value.
If Hellmuth gets knocked out right now, and I know he has aces, but if he gets knocked out in this hand, he's essentially out of the Premier League.
Right, so he's going to make a big raise.
42.
He doesn't want to get, if he's getting action, he wants it to be for a lot of chips.
You better move all in or fold.
Leading the witness.
I'm going to stay quiet.
He's trying to work this out. Will Hellmuth call if he moves all in? That's what he's thinking.
You know? He's set pedaling, by the way, and he's ace-king dodging. He says, well, you know what? He might have ace-king. This is going to be terrible if it's 2-2-4. 2-2-4 could be the end of Rettenmeyer.
Hellmuth doesn't love this, by the way. He likes it now.
This is the best variation for Marvin. Face cards are exactly what he's afraid of.
Rettenmeyer's going to think. He knows that even though he's liable to be able to pick up a lot of chips, Phil, he's also has a chance to also be first out.
Yep. Marvin's always going to end this hand. Oh, Marvin's going broke. Marvin might have, in a different world, only lost 60, but now he has to lose his whole stack. This is... I'm a little sad. The second somebody bets, Marvin's going to be happy to get it in right.
I mean, this is a very complicated...
Any bet, if it's, you know, it's all getting in. There's no way it can't all go in. Even if he calls on the and checks the river, Martin's still gonna bet, and then he would go all in. So there's no branch that where it doesn't go all in. If you know what I'm saying.
He's trying to look like he has 2 kings, isn't he? Or ace king,
or ace 10, or king, or whatever. This is great. I do believe Hellmuth on any river is going to lead for approximately 110. Check. I think. Oh, I would have led for 110 if I was in his brain, but I was wrong. Now, this is 100% bet, and then it will all go in. This is what Hellmuth loves. Hellmuth loves when his opponents, he's always committed for the rest. Look at that, it's just too small an amount. Now,
Call.
What? Call?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
Why wouldn't you raise?
Call.
Cool, Phil.
Why wouldn't you
could have
raise?
had king 10.
King 10, like, most likely.
So obvious.
They're abusing him right out of the game.
So obvious, says Rettenmeyer. He's gotten hammered, and this is the kind of other thing that can happen in the Premier League in this 4th heat. If Rettenmeyer bagels, everybody profits.
Cricket for sure understands, although he doesn't like it.
Still a full table.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's